Greetings, church. This is my second video outside of the police precinct. I just left the police department about a minute ago, and T-Mobile just turned off the camera so that, I don't know, just to piss me off or whatever. But I was just in there. Elkinton is the name of the Asian woman that they sent to take a video, to take a report. Elkinton is representing Gabriel Franklin, aka the monarch of Britain, supposedly. This is the second time today that I've had to deal with this woman. Anyway, let me make this really quick to you as to what's going on here. Last night I stayed on Southwest Taylor and Southwest NATO. I slept in the 8x10 tent. They came into the tent several times. They sexually assaulted me several times. They gave me shots on my right shoulder. And so they left me not only in pain, but sort of like unable to use my shoulder. But I didn't know that at the time. I was trying to get up, and the Lord is like, "Get up, Kevin, get up." And I couldn't get up because I was weak. And I didn't know that they had come into the tent to give me shots. And I didn't know that they had come into the tent to basically sexually assaulted me. I was kind of out of it this morning. I couldn't get up. I couldn't get up until about 10 o'clock in the morning. Anyway, long story short, I go to I go get some food at not Taylor, but Jackson's, and somebody tells me don't go to the 24 hours. I'm not exactly sure who or why. Anyway, I go to 24 hours to work out and take a shower and do all of that. I couldn't lift even 10 pounds because of how much pain I was in. I thought it might be old age, but it's not. It's all of the stuff that they're pumping into my flesh to keep me down. I went over to my locker to get my stuff, and I discovered my gloves missing. So one of these gloves, this is the other glove. This is the one glove that I have. The other glove is missing. And I have these night pants that I wear underneath my jeans. And they apparently have the key to the, they have the key to the, this is how they left it. Okay, so there's a big hole here. Okay, there's a big hole here in the pants, and so they were stealing. I told the staff that I think somebody is trying to sabotage my relationship with 24 hours, and I told the staff that of 24 hours that I think they're trying to terminate my relationship with the establishment because I have a lot of enemies in Portland. As a result of me being a preacher, an international preacher. So after talking to the staff, I went over to the police department here to see if I can get some kind of report for sexual assault, trespassing, physical assault, and property damage. The Asian woman basically acted like nothing was done, nothing had happened, and she asked me several times if I wanted to go to the hospital. And I said to her, how am I going to prove, that needles are being used, syringes are being filled up with, Cialis, Viagra, to knock me out, to, how am I going to prove to a hospital that I'm being raped when I've just taken a shower, and how am I going to prove that my personal property has been damaged by these people? These people sit in the background all day long. It's John MacArthur and his group, Jonathan Zabo, and this morning for the first time I hear the voice of Sylvia, who complains that because I went on a date with her, it ruined her marital life or something. I mean, people from Cal State University Northridge complaining about me, Melinda telling me that Monica Gonzalez was killed. People telling me, she was telling me that Gerardo Hernandez was killed, and it's my fault because Gerardo was representing, what's his name, Guy Franklin, whom I was told was killed. Again, this is all Melinda's lies, She sits there, she talks all this crap in my head, telling me that the people of CSUN are complaining because the Klan from Grace Community Church is judging them because of my former relationship with them, and that the people, all of the Hispanics that were at the CSUN Bible study were representing Europeans who didn't want to be mixing or associating with me as a Haitian pretending to be a Christian. So, my response to her was, well, what do I care whether or not they were the real deal? I mean, this is 20 something years later. This was back 94 and 96. Well, MacArthur's group is those people that I just named, Jonathan and apparently Sylvia and whoever else is with him. And for Gabriel, the group with her is Guy Franklin and probably the homosexual community, because of the fact that her claim is that she's representing the monarch, Elizabeth. I don't know the woman. When I was coming out of the storage earlier, I think what the American people were trying to communicate to me was that Elizabeth had sent a representative. This is right before I went to Jackson and went to City Team for lunch. And of course, when I showed up, all of a sudden there is no lunch. When I show up, there's no breakfast, no lunch. And I'm wondering if it's going to be, there's no dinner tonight, So they had a woman all dressed up as if she was a British, as if she was one of those people from over there. So I kind of understood, and the mistake I made was saying that, Elizabeth has nothing to do with what they did in the tent, but apparently she does. And I'm not exactly sure how to prove it. This Haitian woman is forever jerking me, and they're forever giving me shots underneath my scrotum and giving me pain. And I tried to explain that to this officer, Elkinton. I don't think that's her real name unless she married a white man. She was an Asian man. She had slanted eyes, and I didn't see her face. But she was about 6'2" or 6'3", big in stature. And she had her hair in a bun, which is what she had her hair in a bun, which is normally, I think Gabriel had her hair in a bun at one time. And so, automatically, I'm supposed to be reading it, brother, I don't understand how all of this works together. And they sent a Guy Franklin inside of they sent a European man who plays the role of Guy Franklin. He's got that physical appearance, the skinny face, short in stature. And I guess I was supposed to read into it, and he came in right before Elkinton did. I'm not exactly sure what that had to do with me, but apparently he's had his own run-ins with Black Lives Matter out here, and I don't know what is that all about, but I wasn't paying any attention to what he was saying. So when she came into the precinct, and I tried to explain my side of the story, it leads to nothing. This situation here is never going to come to an end for me to get back into my life. It's like these people are trying to turn me into, they're trying to get me to deny the church, deny the gospel, deny Christianity as you know it in the Bible, and to accept Jesus as a homosexual in the world, Jesus as a man with a vagina in the world. They're trying to get me to accept, some of the most ridiculous things I have ever heard in my life, against everything that I was taught on Grace Community Church property. It's almost like they're trying to force me to accept this Haitian woman as a representative of this queen. When I try to file a report with the police department, whether it be California, Seattle, Washington, or Portland, or Washington State, they don't want to hear any of the things that I'm saying. They want to, conclude that I have a mental illness. And I'm saying, no, it's not me that has a mental illness. It's this Haitian woman who thinks that she's a queen, or she's the queen's shit. I'm not exactly sure how they're interpreting it, but it seems like she's the one who needs some mental help. Somebody needs to clarify for her. She's a Haitian woman. She's not a queen's representative. She needs to stop approaching me, assaulting me, and doing these things. They have these people on an intercom all the time that I'm talking to Officer Elkinton, the Asian woman. They're on an intercom. They're listening on the intercom, and they're responding. So I'm not sure what the hell is wrong with these people in this police department, but it seems as if, they don't unless there's blood coming out of your head, they're not taking a report. So the assaults continue. I'm on my way back to the storage now to pick up my stuff. It's 5 o'clock. It's pitch black out here, and it's raining, and it's no picnic. Anyway, this is where things are at. I'm not sure what is going to happen tonight with these sexual assaults, and I'm not sure what's going to happen tonight with these people. I don't think it's going to stop because I'm by myself, and no matter where I go, it's the same response. They want slavery, and they don't give a shit. So if you want to keep me in your prayer, that would be great. My bus is on its way right now. You can see it at a distance. The bus is coming, and so I got to get going. And pray for me, and I'll pray for you. Take it easy.